Am I the asshole for calling a tow truck on a car parked in my spot? I, 27, moved to a townhouse-style apartment complex with my husband, 36, back in 2022. Our apartment complex offers gated parking with assigned spots for $25. If you're parked in the gated area without an assigned spot or tag stating you pay to park in the gated area, then your car gets towed. There are multiple signs in the entrance stating this. We decided to pay for 2 spots to be closer to our apartment and to make it easy for when I have my son with me. Recently, the complex started doing some construction work, and the apartment manager sent out an email stating that certain parking spots will be reassigned temporarily to allow the workers easier access. In this email, it specifically states to see her in the office to get a new temporary spot and not to park in spots they are not assigned to. Our spots were not reassigned. Well, a few nights ago, my husband and I were out and came home late to find someone parked in my spot. We didn't know who the car belonged to, so we could politely ask them to move, so I moved close to my neighbor's spot and hoped the tow truck didn't make his routine drive by that night. Thankfully, he didn't. The next day, I got a message from neighbors saying they saw the man parking in my spot and told him he was parking in someone's assigned spot. He responded with, "I'm not moving my car." Last night, my neighbor messaged me that the same man parked in spot again. At this point, I was a little frustrated, so I came home and got the number for the tow truck. I called and made a complaint that someone was in spot. I gave them the number of my spot along with the description of the car. My neighbor and I sat outside by our doors waiting for the tow truck to make sure they took the right car. There have been issues in the past with them taking the wrong car. Now this part, I'll admit, is a little petty. When the tow truck arrived and started grabbing the car, my neighbor and I were clapping and laughing. It's not like the man didn't already know it was a possibility because my neighbors did warn him. The apartment manager did send out notices about this. Also, if I had let it go, I would be the one at risk of getting towed as well, which I can't afford at the moment. I sent my husband pictures of the car getting towed, and he had a few words for me when he got home from work. He felt I shouldn't have called the tow truck. He feels I'm starting unneeded confrontation. We've lived here peacefully for 4 years, and now I'm starting problems with people. He thinks the guy is going to retaliate against me. He said he didn't feel like a parking spot is worth the risk I'm putting myself in. I told him I wouldn't have done it if we didn't pay for assigned spots. I wouldn't have done it if my car wasn't at risk of being towed for being in the wrong spot. But now I'm wondering, is my husband right? Was I in a hole for getting his car towed? Not the asshole, he was warned and obviously didn't care. How does your husband think he will retaliate? Not the asshole, and your husband is being a bit spineless, quite frankly. You didn't start this. The guy who took your spot did. Having to park elsewhere meant you risking your car getting towed. You dealt with the issue. Not the asshole. The clapping and cheering was unnecessary, though. Am I the asshole for refusing to get the in-laws souvenirs? My 42 female, partner's 42 male, family went on some big trips over the Christmas holidays. His sister went all around Europe with her new fiancé, and his parents and another sister went on a 2-week cruise around the Caribbean. Before they left, I hosted them at my house for a lot of dinners and outings. Then when they returned, we all met at the sister's house that went to Europe. Their holidays pretty much started and ended around the same time. So we went there for breakfast, and they start pulling out gifts for everyone. My partner and I have an 18-year-old son. They put some things on the table and say it's for him, then gifts for me, partner, and then gifts for everyone else. And not one thing for me from anyone. It hurt, but whatever. My mother-in-law then made a comment saying, "Next time you visit, I'll get you something," because she must have noticed I was empty-handed. I just ignored her, and we left soon after. Now I'm going to China next week with my dad, and I made a joke to my partner how I will saving money by not be getting his family any souvenirs, and he said I was being petty. I refused to give in, and he said I should just get them something because they probably didn't even notice that they left me out. But honestly, I want to invite them over just to show them the cool souvenirs I got for my family only. Am I the asshole? He said I should just get them something because they probably didn't even notice that they left me out, which is exactly the problem. Good Lord. Not the asshole. Don't get them anything and don't rub it in their face. No one will notice, and there won't be unnecessary strife in your life. How are you not able to figure this out for yourself at 40? Yikes. To boyfriend, they do not need a souvenir. A souvenir from what they aren't the ones going in China. Am I the asshole H for being upset that my parents bought my sister's car? Hello, I 21F, have an older sister, 25F, who I'll call Emily. When I was 18 I bought myself a car. I have been working since I was 14, so I saved around $6,500, this is AUD and bought myself a car. My car isn't super fancy or anything, but I still drive it to this day. When my sister was 16, she also got a car. I used to think she was the one that paid for it. Don't get me wrong, her car isn't a Tesla or anything, but she told me it was around $8,000. The other day we were talking about our cars, and my sister let it slip that my parents paid for her car. I thought it was a joke at first, but no one else laughed. I asked them why I had to pay for my car, but Emily didn't, and they started talking about how Emily was bad at saving, and she needed a car for school. I asked why couldn't she have caught public transport to school like I did. I didn't get my car until was in year 12. They kept deflecting all of my questions, and I just flat out asked them why they didn't pay for my car in order to make things fair. They said it was because they knew I was good at saving my money. I was getting called ungrateful for thinking my parents owed me a car, but it wasn't about that. It was about the unfairness of the situation. If they thought it was fair, why have they kept it from me for so long? Am I the asshole H for being upset? Not the asshole. It reads like you having better financial skills granted you less privileges than your sister. Not only unfair, it doesn't make any sense. Not the asshole. Blatant favoritism. I have this same dynamic in my family. I'm the responsible one, so I have to buy everything for myself. I'm grateful. It made me into a productive adult member of society. But my siblings are not, so they get their shit paid for and helped with. Not the asshole. Am I the asshole for opening my package that had my roommate's name on it? I needed to buy something off Amazon, and I don't have Prime, but my roommate does. I've never asked him this before, but I asked if I could use his Prime account to order an item from a sports brand for something I really wanted, since without Prime, it would take 2 weeks to arrive plus cost $20 in shipping fees. Prime is free shipping plus 2-day shipping. I don't really buy anything from Amazon, so I've had no reason for Prime until now. Roommate said no problem. I sent the link, and he ordered it for our house, then I sent him the money for the order. Fast forward 2 days, and the order arrives at our door. I was expecting it since I was excited for it, so I take it inside. The package did not have Amazon packaging, but the logos of the sports brand all over the box. The package had his name on it, not mine, but I was 1000% sure the package was not his since he doesn't watch sports, nor would ever buy anything sports related, especially not from this specific sports brand. I opened it and went about my day. Roommate later that day texts me and is very upset that I opened his mail. I explained the above, but they stood firm and said, that package had my name on it, and you opened my mail, and you should not have done that. To keep the peace, I apologized, but I genuinely think I did nothing wrong. I now know that you can edit the name on the package, but we didn't know that at the time. So am I the asshole? Not the asshole. You knew when the package would be coming, and it was not in generic Amazon packaging. Apologizing to keep the peace is fine. Just know you weren't wrong. If it had been a generic Amazon package, it would be different. Not the asshole. I'm tired of people acting like we are robots programmed with a set of rules that apply always. Like, yes, generally you don't open someone's mail, but there are exceptions since you were 100% sure that it was yours from the packaging. When sending a package to someone else, even in the same household, you add their name to the address book in Amazon, so it gets to the right person. I've never ordered anything for anyone else that I didn't do that with. Clears up all confusion.